Hello guys, Belle here. If you have not heard of me before, I do write articles for Method's website. Most of the content that I do write and talk about is going to be World of Warcraft in nature, ranging from news, content changes, and helpful guides. Today I want to talk about the 8 things that you can do to prep for patch 7.3. Keep in mind there isn't a whole lot of prep that's going to be needed for the new content coming this month, but there are some things that you can do to kind of stay ahead of the curve and get a jump on some things. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Number 1 is going to be to unload your defiled augment runes. 7.3 is actually bringing a permanent rune called the Lightforged Augment rune. This will be purchasable once you're exalted with Army of the Light, which is another faction that's coming on Argus. You don't need to worry about the rep grind too much because they are dropping this faction into the emissary rotation for world quests straight away. So you should be able to get that reputation pretty easily. Since these runes are in real high commodity right now, especially for raiders and those that run the Mythic Plus content, I would sell them now, minus a little stockpile that you might need for a raid or your Mythic Pluses. Sell them now while people are actually buying them. Since the new raid for Argus likely will not be live for a couple weeks after the patch, you do have time to get the rep you need to buy the runes that you'll need for raid. Number 2 on your list should be to bank your order hall resources. Now I know some of you are probably thinking, Belle, we have a ton of order hall resources. However, not everybody goes through the world quest content on a daily basis like some of us do, and some people might use the order hall resources just as quickly as they acquire them. There are going to be special Argus missions that require certain counters that only new troops that you can purchase can counter. Now these new purchasable troops, there's 3 different types of troops that you can get. The Crokle Ridge Stalker, the Lightforged Bulwark, and the Void Purged Crokle. The cost of these troops does go up in increments up to 900. So far that's the highest I've seen for the cost of those, but it could be higher than that. These are a unique item with a 5 stack limit. Luckily, Blizzard was kind enough to place the mission table on the Vindicar, which is going to be your hub on Argus. So it's going to be located on the Vindicar with all the other vendors that you're going to need. So this does make it easier so you don't actually have to go back to your order hall to do any of your missions. In line with that, number 3 is going to be to work on your champion's item level. If you're like me, you probably already have your champions at max item level, at least on your main. However, if you have alts you would like to catch up, or if you have ignored your champions on your main, now's kind of a good time to do the missions for the 5 and 10 and 15 upgrade tokens to get your champion's item level up a little bit, because there are going to be some Argus missions you're probably going to want to do right away that do require item level 900 for your champion. So you at least want a couple to be at 900 so you can start on those right away versus having to wait. If you're not interested in doing this, it's not going to be too big of a deal, because on Argus you can do missions on your mission table for a Crokle armor set token, which will actually shoot the item level of your champion all the way up to 900 instantly. Number 4 is going to be to bank your Blood of Sargeras. Since the main focus for this patch is Argus, you're not going to spend a whole lot of time on Broken Shore to farm or acquire these regularly. If you still intend on using these Blood of Sargeras for non-Argus recipes, you're going to want to have a good little stockpile to avoid having to stop doing your secret squirrely Argus things to go and get them. You won't use them for Argus content because it is being replaced by Primal Sargerite for all the new Argus crafted recipes. However, you can use the bloods to transmute into Primal Sargerite. I wouldn't recommend it because it does cost 25 bloods just to get 1 Primal Sargerite on its daily cooldown. It doesn't seem like it's a good use of those resources. I personally am not a fan of lighting my resources on fire, especially the ones that are harder to get. Number 5 is going to be to hoard your Obliterum. If you sell your Obliterum in the auction house to make money, I would kind of stop doing that and just save it until the patch launches. To upgrade crafted gear to item level 935, you're actually going to need Primal Obliterum, which to make Primal Obliterum, you need regular Obliterum and your Primal Sargerites. You can use the Obliterums yourself to go to the Primal Obliterum to upgrade your own crafted gear, or gear for your alts, or what I would do is I would sell them when the patch launches, because that's going to be when they're at their highest demand, and that's going to be where you're going to make most of your money. So you definitely kind of want to hold on to those until the patch drops. Number 6, which to me is the most important, is going to be to stock up on your Goblin Gliders. Since there's no flying in Argus, gliders are definitely going to be needed. Luckily, there's lots of high peaks on Argus, so you can get around with ease with these Goblin Gliders to make it a lot easier. Stockpile them, hoard them, keep them, be ready, make them for your alts, buy them if you don't have an engineer, buy them while they're cheap, so that way you can take advantage of that. However, if you're an engineer, now's the time for you guys to make that money. Make a ton, hold on to them, and start selling them when the patch drops. That way you can take advantage of the money making to be had there. Number 7 is going to be to save your higher item level relics. The Netherlight Crucible is the new relic progression system that's coming in patch 7.3. Socketing a relic will allow you to choose from a certain set of passive abilities that are basically going to increase the power in many different ways according to the path that you choose. You want to keep the relics that are about the same item level as the ones you have equipped in case you want to use them once the Netherlight Crucible is unlocked in week 3 of the patch, so that you can kind of see how it's going to work and basically use trial and error to get the exact thing that you're looking for. You don't have to really save these relics if you don't want to, because you're going to get them with World Quests on Argus, and of course when the raid opens, and of course doing Mythic Pluses, but it's not a bad idea to keep the ones that you may already have or the ones that you might get up until the patch release, just so that you can test the different relic possibilities. Number 8, and the final one in this little to-do list, is going to be level alts. If you're thinking, Belle, why would you put this as a to-do list for Argus to level alts? Well, there's a method to my madness, guys. One of the things that I like to do, because I'm a completionist, is each expansion I like to bring all of my alts through the patch content. For no other reason other than I just like to do it. It also helps me from being bored with the content while I'm waiting for new stuff to happen, gives me something to do and something to focus on to keep me active. Now's the time to get a few alts of yours max level. If you haven't wanted to do that because of fear of the artifact weapon grind, although they've given us great catch-up mechanics, it gets even better with what they're doing in 7.3. Artifact weapon catch-up is basically going to be a breeze because they are removing the need to research your weapon. Instead, the artifact research will happen globally at the rate of 1 artifact knowledge level per week. The compendiums that we used previously to catch up an alt weapon will be removed as well and will be replaced with this global bonus. It's going to increase your artifact knowledge automatically and make your life a ton easier, so then the grind doesn't feel as grindy. This is basically going to make it easier for you to get your alt weapons where they should be in line with your main. So to me, I would take advantage of that. Instead of wasting Argus time leveling alts, you can have them ready to go, so that way you can swap at ease and get things done. This is basically the only preparation you're going to need before the patch. I would like to know your thoughts on the most exciting things coming in patch 7.3, so make sure you comment below and let me know what you're looking forward to. As I said earlier, I do write for Method's website. You can find the link to the website in the description below. I also do have a weekly podcast about World of Warcraft, and that is called Pwnecast. This does focus on helping the average player through content paired with some awful jokes and some really, really bad puns. So if that's what you're interested in, we're definitely going to be the ones for you, so make sure you guys check it out. If you did like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and show me that you liked it. Also, if you're new to Method, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest videos. I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here, guys, and as always, thanks so much for watching.